Good morning and welcome back to an update on me and my protein pump inhibitors trying to increase my calcium levels as well as my hemoglobin. So as you know, in January, I had bloods taken and the bloods indicated that my calcium was a little low and my HB was sitting at 11.4. And I went back and reflected on what could have affected the absorption. Was I taking in enough elements, nutrients, food to lift up my hemoglobin as well as my calcium? And after reflection, I took out not I took out, I actually downloaded a calculator with the advice of my physician, a calcium calculator. And these are available. So if you want to know how you're doing with certain elements of your diet, you can actually download these calculators or use them online. I plugged in to this calculator, the calcium calculator, all that I take in a day in terms of milk, yogurts, leafy foods, nuts, everything that contains calcium. I plugged it into the calculator and it calculated that my calcium intake on a daily basis was exactly what I needed for my age. So there had to be something else, right? And I identified with a physician that the protein pump inhibitor could be it. So what we did was we planned on reducing the protein pump inhibitor, which I started in South Africa. What a challenge it was. And I then took it, I took it for a few days while I was traveling, and then I came back here and then I resumed stopping the use of the 20 milligrams twice a day to only 20 milligrams in the evening for a few days, and then maybe one day I'll take it for 24 hours and then, going through a cycle like that. So what happened was one of the days I decided to go for more than 24 hours, and it was a blooper of note. I was quite nauseated by the sensations I was having up and down my gut. But also on that day when I didn't take the protein pump inhibitor for more than two occasions, I was like bombarded with a few other things. I had to eat fast. There was a meeting that had to happen, and it was lunchtime for me. But in the context of where I am, people are fasting, and sometimes, people forget. Also, there was a meeting arranged. It was only at that time I could do it. So I was like really running between things, and I gobbled my food down, literally. Sat on the online on the meeting, and I could feel myself starting to feel different, funny. And I had to excuse myself, and I went to the bathroom and I threw up. So what did I do after that? I reflected, said, okay, what's happening here? No, more than 24 hours, too much, too soon. To stop the protein pump inhibitor, I took it immediately, and then that evening I took it again. So what have I been doing? I would go for 2 to 3 days with the 20 milligrams in the evenings only. Then I will relax and take a whole 24 hours, like a whole day, and take it twice in the on a day, and then go back to 20 milligrams only in the evening. Why in the evening? In the evenings, I eat a smaller meal. It's not a big meal containing lots of nutrients or food. I satiate myself more with fats. And fats, it doesn't really need a lot of hydrochloric acid. So the hydrochloric acid is needed for the absorption of protein, for my iron absorption and calcium in the stomach. Then I would sleep better. Also, that's why I'm taking it at night. So this has been going now for a week that I had that episode, and then a week on, I've been doing okay. So we're just going to see how this continues. My calcium has gone up a little bit, so it's actually on the border of being normal. So I'm very happy about that. And then my hemoglobin has normalized. It's now 12.4. So I'm yay, yay, yay. However, subsequently, I have done, I'm always researching, listening, doing podcasts, listening to the people I follow, the food fundies, the fasting gurus. And one element came up, And then I reflected on myself, and the element was matcha. And I actually had to go and research. And they do say that matcha can decrease the absorption of hemoglobin. So I am putting it out there for those matcha lovers. If you're taking one matcha drink a day, or, just be careful, it can inhibit your hemoglobin. Okay, so what has happened is, I don't know how come, I just stopped using matcha. I think with the holidays, I didn't resume it. I just left it off. And that coincided with the protein pump inhibitor being minimized and then my absorption of iron increasing. So, FYI, light bulb moment. So, matcha taken socially now and then, added because it's good with fiber and things like that. So I take it like maybe twice a week. I don't take it as often. So sometimes, with this journey of wellness, you can't just switch off and say, I've decided this is it, and just continue forever. No, always keep reading. There's always new research, always new information coming out to make sure there's always a balance. And this is why we do our numbers all the time. I do my bloods every 3 months to make sure that this journey of wellness is going to get to a point where I'm stable. So I'm not there yet, definitely not. And I'm just here to share with you that all is well with my hemoglobin and my calcium, and I will be living a healthier, stronger life for longer.